Well, hello everybody, Bug-Eater64 here, and getting ready to do a flight here in the MD-11. You're going to be bringing her home from Dallas-Fort Worth back to Greenville-Spartanburg International in upstate South Carolina. She's been down here quite a while. We're just going to go ahead and get her home, and so I hope you enjoy the flight. Hopefully this landing will be much better than the last one we did. So with that, let's get in the cockpit, let's get things going, and we'll see you inside. See you there. All right, welcome Dallas Fort Worth International and our McDonnell Douglas MD-11. We're going to be carrying about almost 63,000 pounds of cargo and 102 first class passengers, so should be a good flight. So in the cockpit, let's get rid of that so I don't have anything in my way. Okay, just had the power cut out, so let's go ahead and get that restarted, and then we'll get to finishing up here in the cockpit. We've got our flight plan just about ready. Let's see, go back and take a look at things here. And of course we're going to, or in case we have to, we'll stop at Atlanta as our alternate. Okay, so you can see we got our takeoff speeds in. Okay, so flight plan is done. Still got a little bit of housekeeping to do before we start the engines. And basically this is just going to be a pretty much a direct flight. I'm actually going to fly this bird VFR today, and it's only 743 miles. So basically let's go ahead and start the engine up. Let's get things started here. People want to check. Had some issues last time with my HOTAS bindings, so we're just double checking here to make sure that my reversers are available. And that does appear to be the case. So with that, we can go ahead and start engine number 3. Which is the engine that's on our right wing. Oh, and look at it. Isn't that wonderful? Alright, let's turn the fuel off. And wait till it gets up to about 15 to 17. Turn the fuel back on, and we should get a good start on the engine. And that, boys and girls, is why you use checklist. As I usually say, and truly mean, do as I say, not as I do. Okay. Let's go ahead and start up our pushback. We'll go ahead and plan it here. It's going to be very simple. Alright, so we got it planned. Remove the emergency brake, or the parking brake I should say. And this is a problem I have. My binding on the HOTOS, I push the button, it'll turn parking brake off, and then it comes right back on. So I have to do it manually. So anyway, we'll get the pushback here, and while we do the pushback, we'll go ahead and start up engine 1 and 2. Wait till we get to 15 and introduce the fuel. MD-11 is pretty fast aircraft. 750 miles will take us under 3 hours, so and today I'm gonna fly at 11,000 feet. I'm not gonna worry about going up to 30,000+. It's a VFR flight. Ain't worried about it. Just want to get the old girl home and
DFW
make a little money.
Air America do XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010 with Whiskey Request Taxi for takeoff south departure.
Air America do XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010 taxi to and hold short of runway 18 left via taxiway Hotel Yankee Hotel Whiskey Foxtrot. Contact tower on 126.55 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 18 left using taxiway Hotel Yankee Hotel Whiskey Foxtrot Air America do XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010.
Alright, so starting up engine number 2, which is the one in the tail section, and it's all looking pretty good. And since we got good engines running, we can go ahead and turn off the APU. And get ready to taxi. And you can pretty much tell that I'm not using checklists today. I'm doing this by memory. You can trust a 70-year-old's memory. We're good to go. Okay, we've got three good engines. So we're taking off runway 18 left, so I'm going to go ahead and set my heading for right around 180. Let's go ahead and put the yoke back. As we start our taxi. We got a pretty good ways to taxi, so we're going to speed things up here in just a minute. Make it a little easier for you that are putting up with us and watching. And periodically you may hear my co-pilot cough a little, even sneeze. He was having a rough day that day. I think the hay fever was starting to catch up with him. It's getting to be that time of year here. So let's get down to the end of the runway. Alright, so we'll go up here and we'll make contact with the tower, get clearances for our takeoff. And we'll start our trip out of Texas. Heading east to South Carolina in the upstate. That's for our takeoff trim. There we go. I knew I could find it and put it back. Go ahead and put the landing lights on. That's looking good. The upper panel on the MD-11 when you're getting ready to, or when you're flying, unlike some more modern airlines, this one is pretty much most of the upper panel is lights out. If it's dark, it's good.
DFW Tower, Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010, ready at runway 18 left south departure.
Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010, altimeter 29er, decimal 80, wind 24 tree at 7. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 18 left.
Very good.
Cleared for takeoff runway 18 left, Air America DuXX Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010.
We can go ahead and get on the runway and try to get our flaps set. I'm gonna have to move over to the co-pilot seat and then make an adjustment. Takeoff configuration today is 20% flaps. And right now we're sitting at 28, I believe. Okay. Runway 18 left. We'll stop here and finish our takeoff prep. It just doesn't like that binding. Okay, so we're good there. Scroll this in here. It should be a 20. Ease it back. There we go. Okay, so get back in my seat and we'll flip that back to 20. So we'll be ready to go. It's at 28 right now, okay, and we'll pop it back one slot to 20. All right, so we're good to go there. Let's get ready to go. Run up the power and we'll hold it here. Brakes off.
Stabilizer.
Yeah.
Stabilizer. Stabilizer.
Do that. It should go to Toga.
Stabilizer. 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 Stabilizer.
We're at V1.
Stabilizer.
Rotate. Okay, I'm not. And again, give me more power.
Air America 2XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010, continue for south departure.
DFW Tower, Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, continue for south departure.
Air America 2XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010, leading my airspace frequency change approved.
DFW Tower, Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, frequency change. Regional approach Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is type 4 miles south of DFW 1,500 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, regional approach. Squawk 0453.
Squawk 0453, Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, radar contact 6 miles south of DFW 1,600 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Okay. Something that I apparently am not doing correctly, because every time I try to take this aircraft off, it acts like it takes toga, and as soon as I take off, the throttles come flying back, and I've got to take over to get it to go. So, something I got to keep learning. But all in all, we'll get her in. We got her in the air, and once we get things settled here, we'll take another look at that takeoff and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. It just, this thing should fly like a raped ape, and it doesn't. Either. Okay. This is good. Let's get that back going. Now we'll get the throttles back. So.
Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 contact regional approach on 135.5. Good day.
135.5 Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Regional approach Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 4,600 feet.
Air America 2XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 regional approach altimeter 29.83 continue as planned.
Okay, so we are on our way. Wheels are up, flaps are up, everything cleaned up, and the landing lights off. That's a good board. You see how black everything is? Those lights are off. It's a good thing. So, back to takeoff. Let's look at it again.
approach Air America to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is type 2 miles southwest of DFW 800 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace. Rear Tower Air America to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is 29 miles west 5,000 feet with whiskey to land.
Air America to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 Rear Tower. Altimeter 29.8 tree, wind 24 tree at 6. Fly left downwind runway 4.
Make left downwind runway for Air America to XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Okay, so we've had an uneventful flight, and we're getting ready to enter the Greenville-Spartanburg International Airspace, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll get ready here to lower the landing gear. Pretty darn quick.
Altitude.
If I ever learn to fly this thing properly, it'll be a great airplane for long, long ranges. And there's the airport. Okay, autopilot off. Airplane is mine. Okay, landing lights on. Get ready to land. This is going to be a real short final. And I haven't even asked the tower for permission yet, so they can be pissed off at me. Okay, touchdown.
X-ray 010. You are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission. Anyway, we're down safe. Not the prettiest landing in the world, but the best one I've made so far in this wonderful airplane.
Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010. You are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
And I shall. Thank you.
Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Contact ground on 121.9er.
121.9er for Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Yeah, they should be grateful that I even landed on the proper runway. Let's get over to parking. Once again, we're going to get over here. We're going to park the aircraft. And we'll look at that landing one more time. So, parking brakes on. Welcome to Greenville Spartanburg International.
010, Greer Tower. Altimeter 29er.83, wind 257 at 9er. Fly left downwind runway 4.
Enter left downwind runway for Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010. You are not cleared to land. Clear the runway.
Not a bad landing. It was right at about minus 500 feet a minute. So, again, not my best, but the best I've made in the MD-11.
Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010. You are not cleared to land. Clear the runway. Air America to XX Alpha, Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 121.9er, Air America to XX.
Alrighty then. Well, flight is complete. Everything went well. Landing could have been better, but completely acceptable for me in an aircraft this large. And, you know, what can I say? No damage to the aircraft. Just had a good flight. No issues to speak of, other than I have a bit of an issue when we did the takeoff with the auto throttles. I kept wanting to shut down, so I finally had to kind of take things by hand and keep her in the air and get her back going. Once we got things figured out or sorted out, then we were able to do the flight. And we covered about 748, 750 miles. And so we didn't burn as much fuel as I thought we might. So we were a little bit heavy on landing. But other than that, everything went well. It was a good money-making flight for our FS Airlines team. And with that, everything went okay. I still prefer my piston aircraft. I'm sorry, I just do. I like my DC-6 and my Constellation, and you know, something to do with being old, I reckon. Anyway, I sure hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, remember, safe flying.